South Texas. Much more than beaches, border towns, and brushy pastures. And we're headed to a county that's home to the oldest Polish settlement in America and eating all the Polish sausage along the way. We'll try a Kool-Aid pickle snow cone and save room for a wood-fired steak. One city couldn't contain it all, so we're tripping the entire county, starting right here. Karnes City!
Karnes?
Karnes? Karnes? Maybe it's Karnes. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. About 50 miles southeast of San Antonio, you'll find Karnes County. Home to towns like Panna Maria, Fall City, Helena, Kenedy, and Karnes City itself. Daniel, you're looking a little different these days. You feeling okay?
Well, I gotta get the temporary lower third. Temporary Daniel. So much better up here. You guys don't know what you're missing.
And Teresa's in the car. Usually she is the chase car chasing us around.
That is true.
I'm competitive enough to come after that front seat, though.
Oh!
Adam, have at it.
Well, the crew is present and accounted for, rivalry and all. Now, Karnes County is definitely rural, with less than 15,000 residents scattered across the scrub-filled landscape, with what seems just as many oil wells. But its county seat of Karnes City harkens back to a simpler time. So here we are smack in the middle of Karnes County. But as with most rural Texas counties, this entire place is scattered with stories, some of which are even older than the county itself. Yes, you'll soon realize that this is all pure Texas country. More specifically, pure Texas Polish country. If you mention the Spanish, German, or even Czechs of Texas, well, most will nod in agreement, as these histories are well celebrated. But mention the Polish, and you'll get a lot less head nodding and way more head scratching, as this story surprised even me. The year was 1854. Harsh conditions in Europe inspired a group of Polish migrants to flee their homeland in search of a better life. Their long journey brought them right here to establish the first Polish settlement in America, which they named Panna Maria. To celebrate their story and struggle, this small community built one of the most impressive heritage centers in America. And this is Executive Director Alice Poor. It's beautiful. I mean, the giant paintings, illustrations. This one is of the first Polish settlers arriving.
Yeah, so it's a really neat story. The immigrants landed in Indianola. Father Leopold Muchagamba brings them here to Panna Maria. And in thanks, they had a mass to celebrate their arrival under the tree Christmas Eve.
It was this very oak tree whose mighty branches bore the hope of a brighter future. And what should happen that very Christmas night? But a new Polish baby was born on Texas soil. Texas seemed to be the promised land they had hoped for, described to them as a magical place without winter. And while that may be true, well, the brochure left off the scorching endless summer.
It was a horrible place to live. They get here and they planted their crops. Was one of the worst droughts. It is snake infested. They'd never seen a rattlesnake in their life. People were killed, almost right away. And they were ostracized by most people except the Hispanic culture. They embraced them. They showed them how to farm the land, what to grow, what animals to hunt, and how to survive.
Man, life was hard here in Texas. And not only that, when the Civil War rolled around, many of the Polish settlers here were conscripted to go and fight for the Confederacy, to which they really had no allegiance. And then after the Civil War was over, there was this period of intense prejudice. Many of the Polish settlers here were seen as foreigners and anti-South, anti-American. And so they had rivals come and try to raid the town. It got so bad that a priest came to town and actually encouraged the people to take up arms against their enemies. The priest! That's like a Tarantino movie. With help, the settlers began to thrive and spread, establishing a multi-generational legacy of faith and culture. Okay, Polish school lesson. Welcome in Polish. Witamy. Sort of easy to say. How about enjoy your visit? Zikjami, what letter is that? Pobutu. You don't know if I'm right or wrong because you don't speak Polish. I nailed all that.
So the history of the Polish people, they're very proud of it, and they don't want to lose that, and we want to pass it on from generation to generation.
It's the story of Texas, the big mixing pot, Definitely. And the Polish, one of the main ingredients.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. The Modern Heritage Center is great, but next door is the oldest testament to their legacy. Standing as the beating heart of Panna Maria, the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church, which was so important they completed it before they even built their personal homes. And generations later, it's still an active church with stories, art, and legends from the past. This is our guide, Joyce Rivez.
Welcome to the Immaculate Conception Church.
Wow, this church is beautiful.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It is actually the second church our ancestors built. The first one was struck by lightning and it burned down. No. This particular original piece of the church was finished in 1877.
That's still very old. Everything has a story. The church bell and the statue of Jesus were brought over on that very first boat. The Pope himself sat in this chair when he visited San Antonio, and this mosaic was gifted to President LBJ to celebrate 1,000 years of Christianity in Poland. So everything here tells this continuing story. It's not like this church got frozen in time.
No.
Did you go to this church? Do you
Yes,
go to this church?
I did, fourth generation.
Okay.
Baptized here, married here. Buried here.
Well, not yet.
Hopefully a long time in the future.
That's the plan, though.
That's the plan.
Speaking of being buried here.
You see doors opening?
Yeah, that door just popped open for no reason.
Yeah.
It's fluttering back and
Well,
forth.
the ghost of Panna Maria.
Dude,
So
I just got chills. For real?
For real.
Yes, there are even books about it, and a few stories stemming from one event.
When we were remodeling here and building St. Joseph's School, it was the original cemetery. They had to exhume all the bodies, and so the people they could not identify put bones together in a mass grave under the statue.
Including the bones of an unlucky priest. They moved most of his body, but left his skull and hands behind.
A priest that's roaming and looking for his head here. They didn't have all the pieces because, you know, the way they buried people back then. So he's looking for it. So.
Hold your heads on tight, guys. Like, just keep your head. You are gonna stay in this place for the rest of time. Maybe their plan is to do the same.
Maybe so. Maybe I'll join them. That would be a good thing.
Maybe
Give the tours.
so, maybe so. To so many generations of Polish Texans, this is home. And that's something worth sticking around for. But much like our ill-fated priest, it's time to get ahead of the schedule and headhunt down some Polish cuisine. Y'all hear something? Must just be the wind. We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road. Let's mosey 9 miles west to the bustling town of Falls City. It's one of those blink and you'll miss it kind of towns. So don't blink, or you'll miss out on the finest Polish sausage this side of the Atlantic, made fresh at Pollock's Market. Today I'm talking to Tim Bordowski, 5th generation sausageer. All right, Tim, what do we have here?
Right on top is our regular smoked sausage, our pepper jack, and then our version of boudin.
Boudin?
Polish boudin.
Oh, I'm from Southeast Texas, so boudin's a big deal down there.
Oh yeah.
That is amazing. Like a Polish sausage and some Cajun boudin had a baby. That is so good. And this is the classic?
Yes, sir.
What differentiates, say, Polish sausage from other things?
It's the seasoning. So the process of making it, pure pork.
All pork.
Lean, whole muscles. We use quality cuts.
The Pollocks brought their family recipe for authentic kielbasa sausage over in 1854. And after generations of making it for family only, well, in the 1920s, they decided to go public. Talk about a family tradition.
In the 50s, my grandfather started a wholesale route. So they made a whopping, I think it said 100 pounds a week.
Like, what are y'all at now?
Usually about 11 to 12,000 pounds a week.
No kidding.
And that's a normal, slow week.
Now, you won't find Pollock sausage in every corner of Texas, because to ensure the quality, they only sell in places they can personally deliver.
Man, Tim, it seems like you take a lot of pride in what you do.
That's the way we were raised. My son, who came aboard about a year ago, he's sixth generation.
Sixth generation. That's awesome, Tim. And what do you think your great-great-grandfather would say if he came in and he tried this?
I think he'd probably take the plate.
Yeah.
Well, Chet, you've tried the sausage. You want to go see how it's made?
Yes, I do.
Well, let's go.
Before we head in, we must don the finest of sausage factory fashion. Cowboy hat optional. Let's step into Tim's world.
Here's where the magic happens.
Oh, yeah.
Back here, our mixer grinders, seasoning. It gets put in the hoppers here. It's stuffed out onto these tables where it's made for each different customer.
This process has been modernized a little bit, but it still takes a lot of people's hands.
It takes a lot of work.
They say you don't want to know how the sausage is made. I disagree.
Chet, if you're gonna be back here, we're gonna put you to work. Let's make some sausage.
What?
How hard could this be? I've eaten enough of it.
All right, Chet, this is Holly, and what she's doing right now is stuffing out our #1 product, which is our wedding brand sausage. It's a fresh raw sausage.
Did you call it wedding sausage?
Yes, sir, wedding. It's a Polish tradition.
It's even packaged as a heart. Definitely the most romantic sausage in Texas.
Okay, I'll go for it. Pressure's on. Okay. Oh! Look at this!
Uh-oh, we got a popped casing.
But no! That wasn't me! Back in the sausage! Did I just ruin all of this? No. Okay.
Leave it there and I'll take care of it.
I was honestly trying to do that the right way. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'm just gonna walk away now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you'd think after all the sausage I've eaten, I'd be better at that. I guess sometimes it's best to just stick with what you're good at. Now, Pollock's offers a full-service lunch counter with burgers, barbecue, even chicken fried steak. But when in Polish country.
All right, now it is time for a proper Polish lunch. I got a chopped beef sandwich, but it's not just beef. It also has little bits of the sausage chopped up in there. And then Tim boiled me up some of the traditional wedding sausage. Oh,
I need you to try two things here. Polish people love those two things to go with it.
syrup and mustard? Not at the same time, huh? Okay, good. I would give it a shot if it was a thing. Okay, here we go, in the syrup. Oh yeah. There we go. Like, you dip it in syrup, it's a breakfast food. You dip it in mustard, it goes any time of the day, lunch, dinner, midnight snack. All right, now some Pollock's chopped beef. Oh, that's good. You know, I love it. In one hand, you can be eating the food they've been having here for, over 150 years. And then the other, you've got sort of the modernized, Texified version of it. And it all goes together because it all goes right in my mouth. Oh.
That, my amigos, is how the sausage is made and eaten.
I knew nothing about the Polish history of this area.
Yeah, right?
What the what?
I was like, what do you know about Polish people, Chet? I would say, well, they make great sausage.
They dance a heck of a polka.
They do. This is a dumb question. Is polka from Poland?
I mean, it might be.
If only we had a device. A few moments later.
All right, so according to the internets, Polish people did not invent the polka.
Oh, come on.
Missed opportunity there.
Yeah. Polka aside, I love seeing that Polish culture is alive and well in Karnes County. But now it's time to wander back to where we started, Karnes City. While this may seem like a humble Texas town, the county courthouse is downright majestic, showcasing their truly Texas-sized pride. This incredible Romanesque revival structure was completed in 1894. And to give us a tour, here's County Judge and lifetime resident Wade Hedke.
Incredible, man. The ceiling is so high, just expansive. This is one of the prettiest courthouses in Texas.
Beautiful.
And I think people don't know about it at all.
No. So we have people stop from all over that are coming north-south because you can see it everywhere.
It looks like a castle.
Believe it or not, this wasn't the first county courthouse. In fact, Karnes City wasn't even the first county seat. That honor belonged to the rough and tumble cowboy town of Helena. That is, before it was ripped away in one of Texas's legendary feuds.
So the story was Mr. Butler, his son was killed in Helena, which was the county seat. Mr. Butler said, I will kill the town that killed my son. And so Mr. Butler owned all the land around Karnes City here, and he diverted the railroad to bypass Helena.
Wow.
Yeah. They sent people over and stole the actual courthouse documents and brought them here to Karnes County.
Now that's a grudge of Texas proportions. And our next stop. As predicted, without the railroad, Helena began a slow decline. A town that was once known as the toughest town on earth is now nothing but a ghost town with a few old buildings. In its heyday, this was an important wagon stop with hotels, general stores, and plenty of saloons, along with a reputation as wild as the West could be. Helena's original courthouse still stands, a reminder of just how quickly things can change.
And these are old pages from the criminal docket. Can you imagine all the things that happened in a ruthless, lawless cowboy town like this? And if you couldn't settle your disputes in the court of law, well, they had a thing called the Helena duel.
Two cowboys, stubborn but tough as nails, would tie their left hands together. In their right, each was given a 3-inch blade. Not long enough to reach a vital organ or kill in a single strike.
And so they would just have at each other until one of them gave out or bled out. But ain't nobody getting out of the Helena duel unscathed. Wild West in Texas, man. Ruthless.
Thankfully nowadays, Helena duels are illegal. So do the crime, you do the time.
Whoa, wait! Foiled! Your plans are all foiled. I'm still the host.
There's just enough left of this old town to let your imagination run wild.
What's that you say? There's a shootout at the saloon? I'm coming right over. Don't have all the fun without me.
Folks, it's hotter than a $2 pistol out here, but I think that calls for some South Texas refreshment. The kind that only the locals know about back in Karnes City, Jaffan's snow cones.
All right, so it's just your friendly neighborhood snow cone stand. Seriously, it's in the middle of a neighborhood. They live next door, this is their carport, and this is their menu. My goodness, look how many flavors. All right, I'm gonna need some help with this. For short people. How are you?
Jaffan's is owned by the Vallejo family, mixing Mexican flavors with the sugary sweet goodness of snow cones. And Amy is here to help me navigate this insanely large menu.
Amy, I'm clearly a gringo, so help me a little bit with this menu.
So we have over 100 flavors.
100 flavors?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We got Barbie, Bahama Mama. Did y'all come up with this?
Yes, she did.
Your mom?
My mom did, yeah.
She's the flavor scientist, huh?
She is.
They do snow cones different in South Texas, where chamoy reigns supreme. But what's this? Kool-Aid pickles?
Do people really put pickles on their snow cones?
Yeah, we have Kool-Aid and dill pickles.
Okay, look. I'm gonna do this. Make me something special. Put whatever you want on it. I'm here for the Jaffan experience.
Okay.
All right. She laughs at me. This could be interesting.
It's dill pickles marinated in cherry Kool-Aid. I'm both nervous and excited.
A little bit limited seating, but hey, it's a carport. So this is called the Playa's Ball. An extra playa on top, Kool-Aid pickles. Now, I've seen this on the internet, but I've never eaten an actual Kool-Aid marinated pickle. This don't look right to me. Hey, I'm just going for it. Okay. I see what they're doing there. That's really fun. In a super strange, weird, South Texas kind of way. I gotta go back for a second opinion. Like someone got really bored at the ballpark, right? They couldn't decide, like, I've already eaten a snow cone. I've already eaten a pickle. What do? I'm just gonna throw the two of them together. What the heck? Brain freeze. Oh no.
That's what you get.
All right, trippers, one more stop to the town of Kenedy, the largest in the county, sitting just 4 miles from the courthouse. And while you're here, well, you should also bring your large appetite for delicious steak. The kind that's flame-kissed over mesquite wood at a place appropriately named Mesquite Wood Steakhouse. And keeping a tradition going here in Karnes County, it's yet another business run by the entire family, the Mayorgas. Before we bite into a juicy steak, how about an appetizer and a chat with Nazareth?
All right, Nazareth, what is this?
This is our Wild West shrimp.
All right.
It's fried shrimp with pepperoncinis, jalapenos, and then some butter with a bunch of herbs on it.
You take fried shrimp and then cover it in butter?
Yes, sir, basically.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Whether the kitchen's cranking out tasty burgers, hand-battered catfish, or anything seared over its signature flame, you can be sure of one thing. Anything in Mesquite Wood, gonna be good. The family opened this steakhouse in the middle of COVID, motivated by struggle.
So with COVID, both of my parents lost their jobs. So my dad thought, well, let's open up our own place, let's try it. And
Well, some of the best inventions come out of necessity,
Yes.
you guys.
And if you're gonna work, well, why not do something you love?
my dad is annoyingly into steak. He eats steak like at least once every 2 days.
So you as a kid are like, Dad, not another steak night.
I hate red meat to this day.
Now y'all run a steak restaurant though.
Yes, so I do have to eat it every once in a while.
Just for quality control.
Yes, sir. My mom, she's the brains behind the operation. Our family's from Central America, so she finds a way to put a little part of our culture into the food.
What should I get today?
Everything's pretty good.
If I go ask your dad, what's he gonna say?
Steak.
It's gonna
Either ribeye or T-bone.
Okay. Well, you can't go wrong with either of those.
Yes, sir.
Certainly not. Time to check in with Mom, who's back manning the grill.
All right, so what are we cooking today?
Oh, I'm cooking for you a ribeye.
Ribeye, let's go.
It's fresh, you see?
You were crazy enough to open a restaurant during COVID?
Yes, sir, it's crazy, but I need something to do because I need to work.
Sure.
I have a family.
What was the thought on the mesquite wood? Why do it over wood? It's harder.
It's hard, but the people love.
Yeah.
And the flavor is not the same. With the wood, the flavor go up. And the people love my food.
Yeah.
Because when I make the food, I put my heart, I put love.
Yes.
And I try my best.
Everything cooked with love tastes better, especially steak. I'm starting to wonder who the real steak cook is around here.
Your husband, he's like the steak master, yeah? Or are you better at cooking steak than him?
Bob. I don't want to be mean.
She knows the truth, though. Oh, that looks so good.
So you want to try?
I do.
Yes, sir.
Let's get that on a plate.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I wish you could smell this plate. It is like a pure campfire. And my nostrils smell so good. But I'm gonna let the steak rest just a little longer because here's second appetizer. Homemade rolls and cinnamon butter. I guess technically this could count as dessert in some worlds, but not mine. Oh my gosh. All right, it's steak time. Oh yeah, that's good. Man, I tell you, there's some magic in that grill. The flavor of a wood-fired steak is something you can't replicate any other way. Opening a restaurant right in the middle of COVID is a bold move. But hey, that's our state. When has being crazy ever stopped a Texan?
If Karnes County has taught us anything, it's that nothing can stop a Texan. Not rattlesnakes or a pandemic. They don't call us Texas tough for nothing. And truly, these stories are part of our collective DNA. Bigger than one city, even bigger than the county they call home. Karnes. Wait, Karnes. Dang it.
All right, and now it's time for dessert. More rolls and butter. So I'll see all y'all out on the road. Bye con Dios, amigos. Time to roll out, boys.
This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info.